Hello everyone, I am Sanika and welcome to another episode of FinEase, an initiative taken by the BAF department of MLDCC, a series where we explain finance with fun and ease. In today's video, I would like to share with you what IPO means. So let's start by understanding the meaning of IPO first. IPO basically stands for Initial Public Offerings, which means when a company offers its shares for the first time in the market to the public. Let's understand the concept by breaking down its syllables. Initial means first, public means people's, and offering means issuing, which means when an issuing is first time made to the public. Before IPO, the shares of the company are only owned by the founders, investors, and venture capitalists. Later, the public can buy the shares and become the shareholders of the company. Now let's know about the history of IPO. Though there are records suggesting that public trade of company shares existed in ancient Rome, the first ever IPO recorded in modern history was made by the Dutch East India Company in 1602. The United States followed suit with its first IPO made by the Bank of North America in 1783. India arrived late to the scene during the 1990s, when IPOs caught the fancy of the masses following the economic liberalization in 1992 and the Silicon Valley boom. IPOs started mushrooming in thousands as people invested indiscriminately in hopes of making a kill from a rise in stock prices. Soon, most of these companies vanished without a trace, prompting SEBI to step in. SEBI began to tighten regulations and adopt strict standards for IPOs. But what are the reasons for the company to issue an IPO? The main purpose of an IPO is to raise money. Companies who wish to expand their business, repay loans, etc., raise funds by selling a portion of its equity stake to the investors. Through IPO investments, the shares of the company get listed on the stock exchange, and this increases the liquidity of stocks. By a company going public, the credibility and brand value of the company increases. The name of the company being flashed on the stock exchanges is a matter of pride for the company. Let's learn the process of issuing an IPO. After you understand why a company issues IPO, the next question that comes to mind is, how is an IPO issued? Let's take a look at the step-by-step process of issuing shares in an IPO. Step 1. Selecting an investment bank. The first step is to select an investment bank as an underwriter. Here, the role of an investment bank is to help the company establish various details, such as how much money the company hopes to raise, the type of securities that will be offered, the initial price per share. For a large IPO, there can be multiple investment banks involved. In short, investment banks act as facilitators in the IPO process. Step 2. Creating the red herring prospectus. The next step of the IPO process is to create the red herring prospectus. This is done with the help of underwriters. The prospectus includes various segments such as financial records, future plans for the company, potential risk in the market, and expected share price range. A red herring prospectus is used to attract potential institutional investors to invest in the company. Step 3. SEBI approval. The prospectus is presented to the Securities and Exchange Board of India, that is SEBI. If SEBI is satisfied, it green lights the initial public offering process. In addition, it also gives a date and time for the IPO. But in case SEBI is not satisfied, it asks for changes to be made before the prospectus can be shared with public investors. Step 4. Stock exchange approval. Listing is the process where securities are allowed to deal on a recognized stock exchange. But for that to happen, the company needs to be approved by the exchange. For instance, the Bombay Stock Exchange, that is BSE, has a listing department whose purpose is to grant approval for securities of companies. The BSE has a list of criteria which needs to be followed for the company to be listed on its exchange. For example, the minimum issue size should be Rs 10 crore. The minimum market capitalization of the company should be Rs 25 crore. The minimum post-issue paid-up capital of the company should be Rs 10 crore. Only if the company follows these criteria, it gets an approval from the BSE. Step 5. Subscription of shares. Once all the formalities are done, the company makes the shares available to investors. This is done on the date specified in the prospectus. Investors who wish to apply for shares have to fill out and submit the IPO application form. Step 6. Listing. The shares are allotted to different investors based on the demand and price quoted in the IPO application forms. Once this is done, investors get the shares credited to their demat account. In case of oversubscription, that is, if the demand for shares is higher than the number of shares floated by the company, investors may not get the number of shares they originally wanted. They may get fewer shares after a lottery is done. Some investors may not even get any shares. In such cases, these investors get a refund of their money. It is rightly said that every coin has two sides. Therefore, with advantages come the disadvantages too, which is also important to know. So let's learn the advantages and disadvantages of IPO. Advantages of IPO are as follows. First, the company can get cheaper access to capital. Second, increase in the prestige and public image of the company due to high exposure from the stock exchange. Third, the listed stock helps to attract better management and employees. Fourth, the company keeps increasing and diversifying the equity base. And the last being, creating multiple financing opportunities for the company through equity, cheaper bank loans, convertible debt, etc. Disadvantages of an IPO are as follows. First, a significant cost to be incurred on marketing and legal, etc. Second, disclosure of discrete financial and business information which can be used for competitors, suppliers, and customers. Third, a lot of time, effort, and attention needs to be given to the management of the company. I hope you would have gotten some knowledge about IPO. Thanks for being such patient listeners, and thank you for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe.